Alright, so today I thought we would take a look at the new Battlefield stuff. There's been a couple things coming out the last couple days talking about new things that are happening with the new title. I thought we'll dive into it today. We're gonna take a look at Insider Gaming. Tom Henderson made an article talking about the new Battlefield stuff that just released a few days ago, actually, literally September 18th. Alright, so it's been a good week for Battlefield fans. To start off, the head honcho of Battlefield, Vincent Bella, confirmed many details on Insider Gaming's past reporting, including that Battlefield would return to 64-player matches, the classic voice class system, which is good, by the way. People really want this back. People do not like the 128-player maps either, so this is a good change. And a more back-to-basics approach, Battlefield General Manager Brian Bede, sorry if I messed up the name, also revealed that the game will have large-scale community-driven testing. So probably gonna have CTE like they had in Battlefield 4. Yeah, if you didn't know, that's really what saved the game. Battlefield 4 launched horrible. I don't know if it was worse than 2042 or what, but it launched so bad that the CTE is what saved the game. It literally did not do good until the CTE came out. Early next year, they're starting this. So we're expected to see the game in 2025. It's probably gonna be November launch or maybe October. We might get a trailer in May or April, like they usually do, maybe June. In addition to stating that the game is early, nearly daily internal testing over here. That inspires hope. That does inspire hope because the last couple of games, I what are we supposed to say? They did not launch well. They did not. The Velo also confirmed a new experience removal effect, which Insider Gaming has reported will be Battlefield's take on new free-to-play VR to tie in the game's premium release, akin to how Call of Duty found a success with Call of Duty Warzone. Now, they tried it. They tried Battle Royale with Battlefield 5. It did not hit well. It was 64 players. A Battle Royale with 64 players? Like, come on, are you serious? Like, everyone else doing it better, and you guys, like, can't even do it? Warzone had 150 players. It was stupid. It was stupid. They could have done better with it. I don't know why they didn't capitalize on it when they could have. So they're making. We will go through these. We're just doing this main one first. So what's new? Following our original report, the recent confirmation on those details, we wanted to dive into some nitty-gritty details that players might want to hear. Let's start with the focus on the core game. All right, this is the important stuff. This is what people are really talking about when they talk about Battlefield. Insider Gaming understands that the game will take place somewhere between 2027 and 2030, which is good. That's basically modern, pretty much modern now. I think Battlefield 4 was said 2025, if I am correct on that. Alright, so I just looked it up. It is 2020. Battlefield 4 is 2020. It also will have a campaign focus on a massive private military going up against NATO. So I don't know what they haven't named any private military, so probably gonna be some made up something, just keep legal stuff. The game will be set in various locations worldwide, including Gibraltar, as seen in the first game's release concept art, in the USA, which is also believed to be the setting of the VR experience, tropical location. So, tropical location. Are we getting like a Lake Island map? Are we getting maybe probably Florida? That'd be fine if we got a Florida map. Alright, so this is the concept art. Uh, again by Insider Gaming. This is a different creator though. We have this map. This is where they're talking about the location, and you can see it's modern. You see helicopters. I think there's some boats. Yeah, I don't see planes at the moment, but yeah, you see all this. You see destruction over here. Something blew up over here. That's good to me. Hey, it's just concept art though. This might not look like this. Who knows? Alright, now we're talking about multiplayer. The aim is currently for 45 different weapons on launch. Now is a lot. Double what Battlefield 2042 core multiplayer experience launched with. But you also remember, people don't realize or don't take into account that 2042 also had Portal, and yeah, also had all those weapons in there. I know those wasn't like really base weapons, but they are weapons in the game. And you couldn't use them either. I guess yeah, you couldn't really count them. Actually, taking that back, but it they did have weapons in the game. I'm just trying to say that. In addition, the goal is for around 10 multiplayer maps pitting in line to Battlefield 1, 3, and 4. I don't know why they released 2042 like 6 maps. They did. I think that was a massive disservice. The game will also see a significant overhaul to its destruction, and while I couldn't verify this means Return of Revolution, I assume they'll probably have something with Revolution, that's kind of like, Battlefield moments. Like, you watch clips of Battlefield, it's someone blowing something up. That's how it is. Like, Battlefield 4, you knock down that big satellite, like that big pole, you drop on the satellite, big tower, drop on the satellite, it crushes the satellite. Uh, Streets of Shanghai, you could knock down the big building in the middle, cause the whole map to go foggy and there's destruction everywhere. Over half a dozen sources mentioned that the game would have caliber-based destruction. Now, I've heard people talking about this. I don't know how this is gonna work. It's supposed to be like Rainbow Six Siege. You know how in Rainbow Six Siege you can shoot a hole in a wall and you can shoot through that hole. How's this gonna work? I know Bad Company 2 kind of had it in a way. It wasn't as good. It was like you shut the wall and the wall just blew up a little, like a hole in the wall. But we'll see. It's 64v64. Rainbow Six Siege is like 5v5, so it's a difference, and the maps are tiny, so they can have stuff like that happening because it's small. Different calibers would use in different amounts of destruction. Obviously, that's obviously you have a shotgun, it's probably gonna blow a big hole. If you have a pistol, it's probably gonna make a small hole. It's also understood that the game will see some changes to the movement. One example is given by multiple choices, able to pick up down players and move down players. So you build a pick up and move down players. So I would guess as many will be useful the BR mode because if you have medic, you just use the defibs and revive, just like that. You don't need to pick up anybody. While this most almost certainly incorporated for the BR experience, yeah, that's what I was thinking. It's been implied that this is all of the changes as part of the team's battlefield moments. Part of the team's battlefield moments in the city to bring back moments made Battlefield, yeah. So like, what was that? I forget what was that move called where you jump out of the plane, you shoot the guy behind you with a rocket launcher. That's a Battlefield moment. That's a straight Battlefield moment. But the problem is for 2042 was they tried to make everything a Battlefield moment. Everything was supposed to be special, and it made nothing special. I've been told that the team is currently waiting on the name of the game. Over the past year or so, the team has been carrying out mass surveys with participants voting on which game name they prefer, Battlefield or Battlefield 6. I think if they plan on going back to roots with 3 and 4, they should just skip Battlefield 6 and go just with Battlefield. I I I said that with 2042 as well. I was like, huh. After this game, they should not name a game Battlefield 6 because when you name it Battlefield 6, you're basically giving another line of a good game people have to play. So Battlefield 5, like 1 to 5, people was like, oh, this is the 6th game. I gotta go play the other 5 games first. That's how people think. I mean, it is a multiplayer game like this Black Ops, for example, but they're all the way up on Black Ops 6 now. But it's the same thing with that game. Some people, I know it's not everybody. I know a lot of people are like, huh, it's just a multiplayer game. Who cares? But some people do think that way. Alright, so now we're gonna talk about the BR. So, same thing. Tom Henderson by Insider Gaming. This came out early this year, way early. It's like 7 months ago, 6 months ago, something like that. It's been a rough couple of years for the Battlefield franchise, but Battlefield 2042 failing to meet player expectations. That is very true. That is very true. They failed. Oh, they failed hard. Like the game came out in 2021. It took them probably until 2023 to get the game in perfect shape. Not perfect, but playable enough to actually have fun with the game. Unless the game is arguably the least complete Battlefield games to date, and that is 100% correct, and I agree everything with that. compromising of countless bugs, core design choices, and not resonating with the community. The maps, well, we all know what happened. Maps are horrible. Specialist is horrible. Uh, it's really like Clone Wars fighting each other. Um, what else happened? Guns. There wasn't any guns basically. Just like I think there's where they launched with like four assault rifles, two SMGs, three SMGs, two snipers. But three snipers we had the anti-material sniper. I think that's base game, and like a shotgun or two shotguns. I think they still only have like three or four shotguns. Like that's nothing compared to the other games. Other games, assault rifles. You can spend the whole game going through the whole list of assault rifles and still have more stuff to do. Like that's how many guns were in like all games, like Battlefield 4, especially Battlefield 4. As a result, Battlefield 2042 saw lackluster sales compared to its predecessors and major restructuring for the franchise as a whole. Yes, it. There was a point where Battlefield 5 had more players than Battlefield 2042 by a long shot. Respawn Entertainment's Vince Zampella is now head honcho leading the series, with Kristen Grass heading Ripple Effect, formerly DICE LA, and Brian Bede becoming the new general manager of the franchise. Marcus Lee, though, was also put in charge of the creative director of the Seattle-based Ridgeline Games, but has since departed on its own accord. Ripple Effect, the studio that is working on a new experience of Battlefield franchise, working on a new BR title that's currently aimed to be free to play and follow a similar strategy to the highly successful Call of Duty Warzone. That is will be see free to play experience with tie-ins with its premium release. So if you guys did not know, Battlefield 2042, people rumored Hazard Zone was supposed to be free to play, but it did not come out free to play. It came out paid. And I think that really damaged that a lot because how like you want a special new mode like that to come out, but people don't know how it is. People never tried it. They don't know what they're getting out of it. Like a mode like that, a BR should be free. Like PUBG became free, by the way. Fortnite's free, Warzone free. What's some more? I think those are the three big. Oh, Apex is also free. Those are all free to play, and those are all successful. Like you making a BR or a DMZ type thing, and it's not free. You're just doing a disservice. The game is said to be brainchild of Brian Bede, who has been previously leading live service Call of Duty. So I think I heard about this a couple years ago. Where this dude moved over to Battlefield. Currently, the game has two different game modes, including classic BR experience named Gauntlet, and which will be see teams players completing objective-based modes, with the lowest scoring team being kicked out kicked out after each mission. Okay, huh? So that kind of reminds me of Battlefield 5. Even though Battlefield 5 had little objectives you can do over the map, it was like random events, and you go capture flags, like domination. And if you did that, you get like a little reward box. I think they're taking something out of that for this gauntlet mode. I'm guessing there's gonna be another BR type mode. I think that's a good change. Like, um, it that can be something unique to Battlefield. Like, Warzone has a unique thing. Fortnite has its unique thing. PUBG has a unique thing. This is a unique thing for Battlefield. This may come as a shock to some, but past Battlefield third game mode experiences include Battlefield 5 Battle Royale, Firestorm, and Battlefield 2042's Hazard Zone missed huge opportunities with the titles not being free to play. That's literally what I was saying. If those were free to play, especially Battlefield 5, it actually had a BR in it. And a paid BR, I think that was like 2019, 2018, something like that. I think 2018 when it came out. Don't quote me on that. Um, like that, you want your fan base to not play the game. Like it's a BR. You need a lot of people in that one time, and you may get paid to get in. Like no one wants to play that. No one wants to get into that. All right, now let's get into the first official details on the next Battlefield game. Returns to modern day combat. All right, so this is basically kind of a summary of what we just talked about. It's a return to classic Battlefield back to basics, a return to 64 player maps, going back to class-based system, aiming for a 2025 release. So, like I said, probably gonna see something maybe through April to June about the game coming out. Um, then they'll probably do an October to November release. Like that's usually what they do. Same thing with Call of Duty. They both do the same thing. On the return to basics approach, Bella said, I mean, if you look at the peak or the pinnacle of Battlefield, it's three. Battlefield 3 and Battlefield 4 era, where everything was modern. That is very true. That's actually very true. If you look at all like you go look at Battlefield 4, people are still playing Battlefield 4. I can go on there right now, I could hop in the server and there's the player service. But yeah, those are the best examples of the best Battlefield games of this era, probably. And we'll see where it goes from there. But I think for me, that peak Battlefieldness is that Battlefield 4 and 3 and 4 days. I think for me, it's that peak of Battlefieldness is in that Battlefield 3 and 4 days. I 100% agree. So I think the nostalgic for players, for me, even for the teams, those are kind of heyday. Although I would say 1942 is also. I mean, a lot of people like 1942. I never played it. I don't think I was even born yet. I'll be completely honest. But I did play. I've been playing Battlefield since Battlefield 2 Modern Combat. That was it was on Xbox, by the way. And I remember you can control your units. Like you die, then you control someone else. So it's kind of like when Enlisted did recently, with you die and you go to a different squad mate. All right, so that's everything. All the news for this. So what do I think? I think there's a lot to that could happen with this. Battlefield 2022 was a letdown. Let's be completely honest. Battlefield 5 was also a letdown, but this could also be a letdown. Like it could be a letdown. They said they had like 5 studios working on it, and that does not inspire hope. Considering usually when you have more people working on one project, it gets very unorganized, and no one can take blame on certain stuff. So I know they're like different teams working on different things, so they shouldn't really get in, like too much into each other. They should work on their own projects, like Ripple Effect working on BR. Um, some other company, Criterion, I think, is working on story mode. Then of course Dice is working on multiplayer. So everything should be good. Um, but this is all words. We haven't seen gameplay. I don't trust anything so until we see gameplay. They've said they tested this thing every day, basically, but they also said last time that the game looked good, and they also hyped the crap out of their last game too. They literally hyped the crap out of it. That trailer is so good. That trailer was amazing. I remember I was sitting there. I just got from work. I was sitting on my computer, and I was like, "Oh my god, that's the new Battlefield game!" I'm so happy. I pre-ordered that day because I was so happy about it. So after that, uh, I don't know what they're gonna do with this. Like, it could go anywhere. The game could literally fall flat on its face, like Battlefield 4. But this is getting to the final chances this company has. Like, they messed up Battlefield 5. Battlefield 4, I think people are more forgiving because they did fix it and now it's considered one of the best games. Battlefield 5, Hardline was also awful. I love building like Hardline, but that's more because it wasn't much of a Battlefield game. It's more of a PvP game in the Battlefield universe. Battlefield 5 launch horrible launch, worst marketing ever. I think that was like the worst I've seen reception of Battlefield. Battlefield 2042, worst launch ever of any Battlefield game. Had almost nothing in the game, had no weapons. Everything was incomplete, buggy. You couldn't even like. It's still buggy. To be completely honest, but it's a lot better now. It actually is a lot more fun to play now. It was super laggy. High-end systems couldn't even play the game because there was this glitch out of the game, or they had to play on low settings. I remember I had a mid-tier system. I couldn't even run this game on 1080p. I was getting less than 60 FPS on 1080p. I mean, I now got a high-end PC. It's different now, but that was like you basically putting that on there for an FPS game. You basically wimping out a good portion of your audience. So what do I think about this? I think Battlefield. I think this is a good site to look at. I think they are doing the right thing with the setting, going back to modern. But the extra companies do not incite promise. I'm not gonna lie. They said the same thing with for 2022, and the game launched horrible. But we'll see what happens. Only stay hopeful. If the game's good, it's good. If it's bad, it's bad. Either way, it's still more content for me. Thank you for watching. I'm Actias. I'll catch you guys next time.